All right, so you know how you sent us that stuff about the GILICO WealthChoice fixed indexed annuity, the information pack from Diversified Insurance Brokers? Well, we're diving into that today. Going to try to help make sense of it, for anyone thinking about how this might fit into their retirement plans.
Yeah, it seems like more and more people are looking at these fixed indexed annuities these days, trying to find that sweet spot.
Right, trying to get that potential for growth, but without like all the risk of being directly in the market.
Exactly. At a basic level, a fixed indexed annuity lets your money potentially grow based on how certain market indexes perform, but it also protects your money if those indexes go down.
Okay, so can you maybe break that down a bit more? Like, how does that actually work?
Sure. So with this GILICO Wealth Choice annuity, you've got a few options, right? They offer contract lengths of 5, 7, and 10 years.
And I saw something about a bonus for the 10-year option.
Oh, yeah, right. If you choose the 10-year contract and put money in within the first 90 days, you can get a premium bonus rider. It's like a little boost to your potential growth, especially if you're in it for the long haul.
That makes sense. So let's talk about that growth and protection aspect a little more. How do those two things like actually work together?
Well, you get to decide how you want to allocate your money. You can put it into a fixed interest strategy, which gives you a predictable return, or you can choose index strategies.
And what are those index strategies tied to?
They're linked to the performance of market indexes, things like the S&P 500. So basically, your returns are based on how those indexes do.
So it is a way to get in on some of that market growth, but I'm guessing there's a catch.
Not necessarily a catch. The cool thing is, even if the market takes a nosedive, your account value won't go down. You're protected from those losses.
Oh, that's interesting. So you can potentially get some of the upside of the market, but without the risk of losing money if things go south.
Exactly. And that's a big deal for a lot of people, especially those who are approaching retirement or already retired. They want to see their money grow, but they also need that peace of mind.
Absolutely. Makes sense. Okay, so let's say your money's been growing in this annuity, and now you're ready to start thinking about, actually using it for retirement income. How does that work?
Well, they have something called the Guaranteed Living Benefit Rider, or GLBR for short. It's available with the 7 and 10-year plans, though it is an extra cost.
And what does that rider do?
It essentially lets you start taking income withdrawals that you can receive for the rest of your life.
Oh, wow. So you could actually create a guaranteed income stream for your retirement.
You got it. And they even have an option for joint income, so if you were to pass away, your spouse could continue receiving those payments. It's all about providing that long-term security.
Right, making sure your loved ones are taken care of. Okay, so that all sounds great, but what happens if something unexpected comes up and you need to get to your money before retirement?
That's a good question. There's actually a fair bit of flexibility built in. Typically, you can take out up to 10% of your initial premium in the first year without any penalty. After that, you can still take out up to 10%, but it's based on the value from the previous year.
So there is some access if you really need it.
There is. Plus, they have what are called RMD waivers. So when you hit a certain age, the IRS usually requires you to take out a certain amount each year, those required minimum distributions. With this annuity, you can bypass those without penalty.
Oh, that's helpful.
And there are also waivers for things like terminal illness or if you have to go into a nursing home.
So it sounds like they've tried to think of those difficult situations people might find themselves in.
Yeah, they've built in some op-ups to help with that.
Okay, so let's say you're ready to actually start receiving those retirement payments. What kind of options do you have?
Oh, there are tons of choices. You can choose a fixed term where you receive payments for a set number of years. You can do lifetime income, so payments for as long as you live. There's joint lifetime income, which can include a guarantee period. And then you've got systematic withdrawals where you can choose to receive payments monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, annually, whatever works best for you.
Sounds pretty customizable.
Yeah, it's designed to be flexible.
Okay, last thing. We talked about the downside protection, but are there any other guarantees that come with this annuity?
Yes, after 5 years, you get what's called a return of premium guarantee. Basically, if you decide to end the contract after 5 years, you'll always get back at least as much as you put in, minus any withdrawals, of course. It's a nice safety net to have.
It is. And what about if you pass away?
Your beneficiaries will receive the account value. They might even get a 10% increase if they choose a 5-year payout. And if your spouse is the beneficiary, they can choose to continue the contract.
Okay, so just to sum all this up, based on what we're seeing in the materials you gave us, this GILICO annuity offers a way to potentially participate in market growth, but it also protects you from losses. It gives you the option of creating a guaranteed income stream for life, and it even has some flexibility for accessing your money early if you need to.
That's a great summary. It really tries to strike a balance between growth and security, which are both super important when you're planning for retirement.
They are. So as you think about your own retirement plan and, how comfortable you are with the ups and downs of the market, think about how this kind of product, with its mix of growth potential, guaranteed protection, and income options, might fit into your overall financial picture.
Yeah, it's definitely worth exploring.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks for sticking with us for this deep dive, everybody. We'll catch you next